The other thing that I've learned was that managers, and we have a lot of managers in the public service, these people really matter. Because in the public service, the managers play a very, very important role. They're positioned between senior managers and frontline employees. So in fact, they administer the policies and programs, they recruit the people, they train the people, and they encourage those frontline people to be the best they can be. And they are also very often the recruitment people, the recruitment pool from which we take the senior manager. So they really set the tone, the managers, for the evolution of the public service. So they're very important members of the public service. I mean, not that I didn't know that before, but it came to me in spades. Sometimes we tend to say, oh, well, you know, like the managers, yes, but the frontline are extremely important. Well, because of their role in the whole hierarchy, they're very important. And if there are issues there, we'd be best advised to look at them. Networks are really catalysts for action. When I was asked to do this, I was thinking, well, how am I going to do this? I mean, you know, like I had never done this before, to have conversations with people throughout the country, people that didn't work in my own organization. So you just go out and you try to develop some sort of relationship to have conversations with people where they will put interesting stuff that they do on the table. So I called upon a network which some of you may know. It's the regional federal councils. They exist in each province and territory of the country. They regroup senior public servants, federal public servants, around a table, and these people get together regularly to address issues that, you know, only a group of people can address. In Nova Scotia, it's very different, and it's the only place where it's so different is that the federal council regroups not only the senior public servants of the federal government, but also the deputy ministers of the province. And that is quite an accomplishment. And you can do great things when you have all of these responsible people there. So many councils, for example, all of the councils provided 100% support to me for those sessions because they truly believed that by encouraging people to attend and to really participate in putting the practical approaches, that they would end up at the right place. And that's what I'm doing. I'm taking those practical approaches and bringing them, because I did this work on behalf of the community of DMs in Ottawa. So I'm, you know, like, this is serious, and people should be looking at them. And I don't have any problem selling them. No. Many councils organize events, for example, and I'll use example of bilingualism and diversity because I was principally focused on that. Council organized events with minority community languages to help our employees practice their second language and maintain what they have acquired, but also to learn about culture. In Alberta, for example, I was told that people associate, you know, people around the table, they said, well, we associate French with food. So we have developed a very good relationship with the minority groups, and in the process, we have learned a lot about culture, because the community in Alberta, the Francophone community, is a very vibrant community, and people are, in fact, you know, working with the communities, and it's to the benefit of everybody. It's really interesting, and it got not only the food, but food is reflective of culture. French food is quite good, tasty. So, you know, I think that in that, those are the kinds of examples that might seem simple, but when you apply to it, it serves a lot of purposes, because in Canada, we have a responsibility in official languages for the communities and to help development. But you can imagine if you have a big number of senior public servants coming down to an event, a cultural event on Saturday morning, That really, increases the attention, doesn't it? There's many informal and formal networks. I mean, the Regional Federal Council is one network, but there's a lot of networks. I don't think that I've seen an organization, true, there's not that many organizations that are big as the federal government, but that has as many networks that provide the light infrastructure for getting things done. And there are women's network, youth networks, there's functional group networks, for example, in human resources, in finance, people that get together and talk about their issues or what they want to do. We have visible minority executive networks, we have official languages champions network, we have a lot of networks. And all these people get together and actually they all have good things that they're doing. And the people that really want to give out their discretionary energy, they have a good place to provide it to. I don't want to be, how should I say, rendre le terme énergie discrétionnaire trop simple, but I mean, a lot of people there do that because they believe in the network. Number 5 in lessons, I've learned that we have the structure and the tools that we need. Normally, when we can't get results, we rush to creating another structure or to create another program or to invent some tools or something like that. What I've learned that it's in our milieu, in the federal public service, we have all the legal frameworks and all the tools that we need to make things happen. And, we should not be looking to create other infrastructure because what we need are there. In BC, I had a person, an employee from the federal government, a statistician, Chinese, and he came over and he was speaking to me in French, a fluent French. So I said to him, well, where did you learn your French? Well, he said, it's my fourth language. He said, and I use the tools that the public service school, the School of Public Service provides. And I also read the paper, I read the news, and I'm also part of a learning group that originates in France, and I've established some really good relationship with these people. They visit me, I visit them, they visit me to learn English, I visit them to learn French, and this is the result. So, I mean, like you think that's pretty revealing. He didn't wait around for somebody to tap him on the shoulder to learn the language. He went at it himself. I'm going to do exactly that to learn Spanish, but I haven't had time yet.